Hi, this is IK. Welcome to a client-side rendering versus server-side rendering. Here it is application Tank 1. It is a React application, what we learn in a React for beginner. And that Tank 1 application, there is a Redux, there is a Tank, and in React, all was client-side rendering. It is a very, very dynamic interaction. We have delete. Here it is. We have update. We can update. We can add a new post, or post 1. Say, look at. And it is very, very dynamic, and all that is client-side rendering. Complete React. We learn React a lot of hours. I invest in learning. Somebody of you learn with me, and now we have complete knowledge and complete application of React. And next, just this day, we have explosion, blow away with next.js. And what I do, I take a React application and wrap inside next application. How? I ask artificial intelligence. You can do so. You will have a Git address of Tank 1, and you open, you clone it, and after that, when you see that it works okay, after that you ask artificial how to wrap this my React in a next application. And artificial very, very successful give me all what I need. And it was only some clicking. There is no bigger changes. All components go like it is. Of course, at first you create next application, and after that copy all from Tank 1 application. Copy all React in folder what suggests you artificial intelligence. And most important here is most news is folder pages, and inside that folder there is index.js, and that index.js would be first page what will be open. And just that page, that first page would be complete, and you now look at in, because what you look at now in the screen, I beginning story with a React app, but this what we look at now in screen is next.js application, is a React app wrapped inside next.js application. And what we have here, we have a server-side rendering first page. Next give us that excellent feature. server-side rendering, and that pages what we look at now, there is there is a document object model, there is a view source. Here it is complete view source, what complete view source like we know before JavaScript frameworks. And that initial state is excellent for search engine optimization. But after that moment, all our React working as before, working client-side rendering, all this what I demonstrate, update, delete, add new post, is client-side rendering. It means we don't need full refreshing pages. We only need send new post to server, delete some post, update some post, but don't need after first pages. We don't need concretely here. We don't need refreshing full page. And that my idea, like beginners in Next.js, but not beginner in React, like you didn't beginner in React. If you listen my videos, I ask artificial about that. I ask my blog in a React app. I wrap in a Next.js application. The first page is server-side rendering, but all other is as before, client-side rendering. Delete, update, add new post. Does it good strategy with the Next.js application? Artificial respond. Using Next.js to wrap your React blog application with a mix of server-side rendering and client-side rendering can be good strategy depending on your specific requirements and goals. Next.js is a versatile framework that allows you to combine server-side rendering and client-side rendering based on the needs of your application. Here are some considerations. Search engine optimization and initial page load performance. Server-side rendering is excellent for improving search engine optimization and initial page load performance because it generates HTML on the server and sends it to the client. This can improve search engine rankings and provide faster first page load for users. Client-side interactivity. If your blog has features like adding, deleting, and updating posts, these actions are typically more suited for client-side rendering because they are dynamic interactions. They don't require full page refresh. Don't require full page refresh. Client-side rendering can provide a smoother and more responsive user experience for these actions. Page transition speed. When transitioning between pages within your blog, client-side rendering can feel faster because It doesn't involve a full server round trip. Users won't experience a delay when navigating between blog posts or sections. Here is a potential strategy you can consider. And now repeat what said before. Use server-side rendering for the initial page, okay. Use client-side for dynamic interaction, for actions like adding, deleting, or updating blog post. Use client-side. You can create a React component that handles these interactions without triggering a full page reload. Look at here, you can create React component, and you, if you follow me in this course, know that you know React, you know create component, and it is a big job and important job, and React go full speed ahead, and we will have a lot of improvement. And Next.js is something excellent for React, but your knowledge is here. You can create React component that handles these interactions without triggering full page reload. Consider client-side routing. Use Next.js client-side routing for smooth transition between pages and posts. This can be done with next link, next router. This is something what waiting for you to learn. Optimize for search engine optimization, cache and optimize, and it is behind of us that we learn about next.js. Now I add next.js in a title of this course, of course for a total beginner, React course for total beginner, React. But now it will be a React, Redux, a Tank Next, or only React and the Next. I like to bold Redux and Tank because people skip it. Courses go below of Redux and leave it to learners that alone learn who want it. I don't know how many want it, but I see that Redux is very confused to somebody, and I incorporate it in always from now. I will incorporate it in my React Next application. It is very. I cannot call Next application. Because I said before, I said again, in this my next application, there is 99 React and 1% is Next, and this moment. And it is not fair to call it Next application. But React Next application, but okay, I call it Next application, or React application, but it is important that we understand one another. Okay. He said, this strategy provides the best of both worlds. Search engine benefits and initial load performance through server-side rendering, while maintaining dynamic and interactive user experience with client-side rendering for actions like managing blog posts. And remember that the choice between server-side rendering and client-side rendering should align with your project-specific requirements, and you can fine-tune the balance between them based on performance testing and user feedback. Okay, thank you for watching this video, and we see you next time.